Gunfire tears through the silence of dawn. A mortar shell crashes through a church window and rolls across the floor. It doesn't explode. Inside that church are over 70 wounded soldiers, Americans and Germans, lying side by side. And standing between them and death are two unarmed medics. June 6, 1944, D-Day. As paratroopers descend into the darkness over Normandy, chaos swallows the countryside. Among them are two combat medics who didn't jump to take lives, they jumped to save them. When the shooting intensifies in a small French village, the two medics find refuge inside an old stone church marked with a red cross. The building quickly transforms into an improvised hospital. No surgical tables, no morphine shipments, just basic field kits, torn fabric for bandages, and trembling hands working against time. Outside, the battle spirals into savage house-to-house combat. Inside, the wounded begin to flood in. American paratroopers from the 101st Airborne are carried through the doors first, bleeding, burned, barely conscious. The medics work without pause. Blood stains the wooden pews. The air fills with the smell of smoke and cordite. Then, something unexpected happens. The doors open again, but this time, it isn't an American being carried in. It's a German soldier. The room goes silent. Dozens of eyes fix on the medics. This man was the enemy just moments ago. One of the medics doesn't hesitate. He guides the German to a pew and begins treating him exactly the same as the others. No anger, no judgment, just steady hands doing their job.
Later, when asked why, the answer would be simple. They're just boys in different uniforms. Word spreads quickly. Soon, more wounded Germans are brought to the church. The medics establish one unbreakable rule: no weapons inside. Every soldier, regardless of rank or nationality, must leave his rifle at the door. A strange transformation occurs. For brief moments, the church becomes neutral ground, a fragile island of humanity in a sea of violence.
Then comes the closest call. A mortar round crashes through a stained glass window and lands in the center aisle. It rolls to a stop between rows of wounded men. Everyone freezes. Seconds feel like hours. But the shell is defective. It doesn't detonate. One medic grabs it and hurls it back outside. The battle rages for 3 days and 2 nights. Territory changes hands. The village is lost, then retaken, then lost again. Through it all, the medics continue running into open streets under fire, retrieving the wounded in full view of snipers. Something remarkable begins to happen. When soldiers see the red cross on their helmets, the shooting slows. Sometimes it even stops. Enemies lower their rifles, just long enough for the medics to pass. By the end, more than 80 wounded men have been treated inside that church. Nearly all survive. The church still stands today in Normandy. The pews bear faint stains from that week. A cracked tile marks the place where the mortar failed to explode. But the real monument isn't stone or glass. It's the proof that even in humanity's darkest hour, compassion can outshine hatred. Because on that day, in the middle of D-Day, 2 men proved that courage isn't always about fighting the enemy. Sometimes, it's about saving him.